Jesus, we've been getting a lot of bad comments recently.
Tell me about it.
Well, in the spirit of things, we should probably do something more positive.
Art attack?
Art attack. So, Ali, what is Art Attack?
Well, it's a legacy. It ran from 1990 to 2007. It's a CITV art kids show. Is probably better.
I think there was another show called Smart, which was something similar, but Art Attack is the one everyone remembers.
Smart was the shitty budget rip-off version with the BBC. Like, Art Attack is genuinely great watching. It's really relaxing. This is what the adult colouring books are all about, I think. It's the same sort of gene it's hitting into.
Yeah, it's definitely not using its nostalgic charm as a crutch. It can hold its own as an actually genuinely entertaining show for kids and adults.
Yeah. It's also won 2 BAFTAs, the 93 Kids Factual and the 97 Kids' Choice Award.
Kids' Choice doesn't count.
What? Why? It's a BAFTA.
Well, I mean, why would you allow a bunch of unelected, uneducated idiots from the general population make such an important decision like that? I mean, why don't you just let the people whose job it is to make that decision just make the decision?
You are talking about the award, right?
What's great about the show as well is that it uses a lot of like DIY homemade stuff, which is like basically stuff you can do at home.
It's the stuff you put in your Art Attack box that it sort of spawned.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, I've still got my Art Attack box. My
mum didn't let me.
It's full of tons and tons of crap.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of it would ever be used in an Art Attack episode.
Right.
But yeah, it's the sort of precursor to the Michael McIntyre man draw. Neil Buchanan is the star. He basically takes us through various arty experiments where he teaches us things about drawing, painting, paper mache. In
the nicest, most comforting accent and voice I've ever heard in my life. He really goes above and beyond in his presenting skills. He's genuinely amazing, isn't he?
He is probably one of the better presenters I've seen. And I say that, I mean, kids' TVs, I reckon, is probably very hard to present.
Yeah.
But he manages to engage you in a non-patronising way. And I can say this as someone who's 23, I felt included.
Give me an A, give me an R, give me a T, give me an attack. And what have you got? You got this one.
And yeah, his like people like to repost his heavy metal band, which isn't even really heavy metal. I mean, it's more just kind of like a glam era because Marseille was more part of the British new wave of heavy metal because that's when it started.
That was kind of
I guess it was heading towards that. Very good at distinguishing different rock genres. He presented a few other shows, a few which I can't remember, but there was one particular show called Zap.
Oh, phenomenal Zap.
Which I've only just realised is like a comic strip or something.
It was slightly before our time, I think.
I was wondering what the little windows were, and it turns out it's supposed to be Zap is supposed to be a comic book thing.
Weird, freaky puppet show, and the random girl that was in pigtails are just flashes.
Neil Buchanan is a character in Zap. He's a character called Smarty Arty, unsurprisingly an artist character, and he just does a bunch of art stuff. So yeah, he's playing the field. Well, no,
he's a presenter slut.
Yeah, well,
how dare he get around all these programs?
Well, he played around on a lot of CITV shows during that time, and
that time being 17 years.
Yeah, and he co-created Art Attack, so it's kind of his child.
He is the producer, executive producer, presenter.
Yeah. Essentially writer.
I mean, I'd put it under producer, but yeah. In terms of he comes up with he puts all the ideas up.
There's a character in Art Attack called the Head.
Not secure.
The Head is a Roman bust.
Yeah.
A talking Roman bust who's in a museum. So I think what happens is that Neil puts his art in a museum, and then the Roman bust, the head.
Oh, is that what is happening?
That's what I think. Correct me if you think I'm wrong.
I didn't think there's any continuity. I thought it was just literally it's an abstract head in a museum, and it gives the viewers a rundown of what happened.
Neil puts up his art in the museum.
Yeah.
The head looks like, oh, that's absolutely lovely. And then he's like he puts up his own one, and it's usually a bit shit. He did something wrong. Like, oh, I'm well chuffed with this one. And
But they're quite good gags. They are quite good gags. They're not always the same thing. It's just a bit of shit.
Of course, I've done one of those. Hey, you want to see it? It's called Full Moon.
Can we talk about the giant art attacks? Because I always thought those were the big, set pieces.
They're the focus of the episode, so to speak.
Yeah. He has this briefcase full of money, and then he opens it up, gets, and I'm starting to think that No Country for Old Men is gonna start being reenacted, but it's like a shocking amount of money in this briefcase.
An uncomfortable amount of money.
And then he starts like shoving it everywhere, just like spreading it everywhere, and then there's this big bird's eye camera looking down, and he starts to make the Queen's head. And it looks really, really fucking good.
They all do. Like, you're like, what's he doing here? And then bam, reveal.
So these giant art attacks are set to this incredibly cheesy, what sounds like 80s synth. But I was just wondering, it'd be really quite funny if they'd settled into some kind of quite popular 90s trends at the time.
So they have rebooted Art Attack.
Yeah, that's right, on Disney Junior.
Yeah. The first series was shot in Argentina with a guy called Jasper, I think. Because tax reasons.
Yeah, tax, yeah, I thought so as well.
And then you've got Lloyd, the current presenter, and he's fine.
Go on.
He sounds like a guy who's gone to How to Be a Kids Presenter classes, got his certificate,
Yeah.
and then sort of adopts this sort of weird, I'm a camp Jeremy Clarkson. Like, his inflection is all over the place. Like, and next, we're going to make The Door.
Yes, I'm in a treehouse, and what a great place to be. It's looking great, but there's still something that we need to do.
Oh my God! What do you do with them?
I think he's genuinely just treating kids as he thinks kids should be treated. But the first Art Attack, it doesn't treat kids like kids at all. It's a fairly adult.
A little bit.
Well, it's sort of like, it's more like present. Don't use scissors with their parents, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's safe, but it's not patronising. It treats kids like.
Okay, well, it doesn't feel patronising, even if
if we are 23.
Yeah. But I'll agree that Neil Buchanan's presence on screen is much more natural.
Comprehensive.
Yeah, it's a more corporate approach to it.
Yeah, it's a Disney approach.
Yeah, the set is. There's not that much wrong with Disney, but like the set is very different as well, which I don't like.
They made Monsters Inc. characters on it. It's just that kind of thing. The innocence of being sponsored by Pritt Stick to buy our Monsters Inc. lunchbox. You know, he never actually got an award for presenting the show.
Yeah, that's right. Because he was a creator of the show. He only won for best factual series. But yeah, not for presenting, because he's a really, really great presenter. So it's a shame he didn't get that recognition.
We should make him a BAFTA. If you've liked this video, drop us a like. If you have a comment, let's say you guys are terrible or you look like Chris Evans, let us know in the comment section. Or maybe give us a subscribe. Give us a subscribe. We've sold out. We've got more content coming. We've got a great video next week. Look forward to it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.